There are few tales as vividly woven with threads of allure, mystery, and scholarly debate as that of Queen Nefertiti, a name that epitomizes ancient grandeur and enigmatic history. For a figure immortalized in limestone, whose eyes have peered endlessly from beneath her famed blue crown, Nefertiti presents a puzzle bathed in the golden glow of Egypt's sun, yet shadowed by gaps in historical clarity. What truly made her vanishing from the annals so mystifying is not solely the absence of her body or the discontinuation of her reign, but the orchestration of an almost perfect historical eclipse, as though someone deliberately blurred her from the collective memory of ancient Egypt. The questions surrounding her disappearance are not just about where she went, but about why, by whom, and to what end. Her legacy was eclipsed, leaving behind a story etched with more interrogatives than answers. The exact origins of Nefertiti remain shrouded in uncertainty, like much of her life story, but it is widely believed that she was born around 1370 BC. She emerged onto the historical stage through her marriage to Akhenaten, the pharaoh who famously proclaimed Aten, the sun disk, as the supreme deity, rejecting the multitude of gods traditionally worshipped in ancient Egypt. This marriage was not just a union of two individuals. It was the merging of a powerful queen with a revolutionary ruler during one of Egypt's most tumultuous religious transformations. Even from those early days, Nefertiti was not merely a supporting figure, but emerged as a visible and active participant in Egypt's spiritual and administrative reconfigurations. Ancient art and inscriptions depict her atypical prominence, often standing alongside Akhenaten at altars, an expression of parity scarcely seen in the annals of Egyptian royalty. Her coronation, unlike any other, did not only raise her to the ranks of queen, but positioned her near the epicenter of a religious upheaval, marking her not only as a queen consort, but as a co-regent in practice, if not in name. The beginning of her rise, marked by monumental changes in Egyptian society and religion, sets the stage for the mystique that enshrouds her subsequent disappearance. During Akhenaten's reign, the royal couple engaged in what was arguably the most radical religious reform in Egyptian history. This period, often referred to as the Amarna period after the new capital city Akhetaten, modern-day Amarna, was characterized by the worship of Aten. Nefertiti was not merely a bystander, but a crucial figure in this transformation, her name itself meaning the beautiful one has come, a fitting emblem for a new era that placed unprecedented emphasis on the sun disk. The art from this period, distinct in style and substance, depicts Nefertiti and her family basked in the rays of Aten, symbolizing their divine connection and the ideological shift from polytheism to monotheism. The temples built were open to the sunlight, unlike the dark enclosures typical of other deities' temples, signifying a break from tradition that was both architectural and theological. This spiritual revolution was not without its controversies and conflicts. By centering religious power so exclusively with Aten, and by extension through themselves as the primary intermediaries with the divine, Akhenaten and Nefertiti reshaped not just spiritual life, but the very political landscape of Egypt. Their religious policies garnered both devotion and disdain, setting the groundwork for the societal resistance that might explain aspects of her later disappearance from public records. Nefertiti's tenure as queen consort was marked by an unprecedented level of involvement in the executive reins of the kingdom. Her prominence was not confined to religious spheres. She was also a visible force in the administration of the burgeoning city of Akhetaten. The city itself, a testament to the revolutionary spirit of the period, represented a clean slate, both ideologically and physically, upon which the royal couple could inscribe their new order. The administrative documents and correspondences of that era, notably the Amarna letters, shed light on her role in diplomatic affairs. These clay tablets, which contain correspondence between the Egyptian court and other significant powers of the Near East, occasionally reference Nefertiti, suggesting her involvement in the international politics of the time. Her political sagacity bolstered her husband's decisions, helping to navigate the complex web of ancient diplomacy. Further, depictions in reliefs and statues often portray her in a posture of authority, sometimes smiting her enemies, an iconography typically reserved for pharaohs. This symbolic representation not only underscores her elevated status but also signals her role as a co-ruler. Her governance, particularly in a time of such transformative change, was marked by both the bold strides and the inevitable turmoil that accompanies any great shift in power structures. Nefertiti's visage, immortalized in the iconic bust discovered by Ludwig Borchardt in 1912, has become a global symbol of regal beauty and power. The craftsmanship of the limestone and stucco relic not only highlights the artistic innovation of the Amarna period, but also reflects the elevated status Nefertiti enjoyed in society. The artistic representations of Nefertiti are distinguished by a departure from traditional Egyptian stylistics, characterized by elongated limbs, slender faces, and a marked emphasis on the family unit, seen in intimate portrayals of the royal family. These depictions were not mere artistic endeavors. They were political tools, reinforcing the new religious order and Nefertiti's pivotal role within it. Moreover, her fashion, notably the tall blue crown she is often shown wearing, set a precedent in Egyptian art and was indicative of her influential role. These artistic choices were deliberate, aligning her image with the theological and ruling ethos of the period and ensuring her legacy would be as indelible in visual culture as it was in the political and spiritual realms. The latter years of Nefertiti's life and her subsequent disappearance from the historical record are enveloped in mystery. After years of prominence, her name and image start to fade from new inscriptions, leading to various theories about her fate. One prevalent theory suggests she fell out of favor, possibly due to a shift in political power or religious backlash against the monotheistic Aten worship she championed. Another hypothesis posits that she may have ascended to sole rulership as Pharaoh Neferuaten after Akhenaten's death, a theory supported by certain inscriptions and the regalia depicted in some later artifacts. This scenario would suggest her disappearance from records could be a result of subsequent rulers' attempts to erase her reign, perhaps to reinforce traditional religious structures. Additionally, some scholars speculate about her possible death from a plague that swept through the region, which might explain the abrupt cessation of her public appearances and the lack of a confirmed royal tomb, as plague victims were often buried hastily to prevent the spread of disease. The quest for concrete evidence about Nefertiti's life and end has captivated historians and archaeologists for decades. Excavations in Amarna and the Valley of the Kings have unearthed clues but also sparked controversies. For instance, the discovery of a tomb in Amarna, known as Tomb 55, contained a mummy that some speculated might be Nefertiti. The mummy, however, was extensively damaged, leading to debates about its identity. Recent advancements in DNA analysis and other forensic technologies have opened new avenues for investigation, offering potential, yet often contentious insights into the lineage and identity of mummies from the Amarna period. These scientific endeavors, while promising, frequently result in more questions than answers, reflecting the complex interplay of politics, religion, and personal affairs in ancient Egypt's royal history. Moreover, the political implications of archaeological findings can also influence interpretations and public disclosures, as the figure of Nefertiti carries significant cultural and national pride, complicating the objective study of her life and reign. Despite the mysteries surrounding her death, Nefertiti's legacy continues to resonate in both the academic world and popular culture. Her story is a focal point in discussions about female power in ancient societies, and her image is a staple in artistic and media representations of ancient Egypt. Her enduring appeal can be attributed not only to her historical importance, but also to the modern fascination with her beauty and the mysteries that surround her life and rule. Nefertiti remains a symbol of ancient sophistication and a muse for countless works of art, literature, and film, perpetuating her influence far beyond the confines of scholarly debate. Her role in the religious upheaval of the Amarna period also provides a crucial case study for historians and theologians interested in the dynamics of religious reform and the interplay between faith and governance in ancient civilizations. In closing, the story of Queen Nefertiti encapsulates the allure of ancient Egypt, a narrative woven with the threads of power, beauty, innovation, and mystery. Her life as a queen, her role in a religious revolution, her ambiguous end, and her enduring legacy offer a fascinating glimpse into a world that continues to captivate and elude definitive understanding. The enigma of Nefertiti, much like the fragmented relics of her time, presents a puzzle that may never be fully solved. Yet, it is precisely this complexity that continues to draw scholars, artists, and enthusiasts to her story, eager to explore the depths of her influence and the truths that might still lie buried beneath the sands of time. In the quest for Nefertiti, we find not just a queen, but a mirror reflecting the perennial human quest for knowledge, beauty, and immortality.